I'm assuming I'll be posting like roughly 20-minute to half-hour videos. We record them at like 50 minutes to an hour. But I don't think anyone can sit through that. Go left. It's telling you to go forward, so go left.
Need more cat stories.
You remember...
Ironically, by avoiding a cat.
Yeah.
Journey begins with one step. It's a bit late to be saying things like that now.
Where are you going? No, wait, no.
To check for more text that I hadn't read.
Oh, right, okay. What was I about to... Remember long ago when we were gallivanting around with Robo-Kazooie? And she told you not to go left, so I told you to go left?
It wouldn't let us.
That was a long time ago.
It was.
Remember when I sung the theme song and maybe ruined one of your ears?
Yes, I do.
That was a long time ago too. We've come such a long way, you and I.
That looks like a cat story.
Yes. Yes.
That looks like you should be able to
It
go
really
through,
does.
but you can't.
Back to the fire to hear about cats. Cats, 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 cats. That was
And
my
the
song.
people who apparently love them psychotically much.
Yes.
In fact, mostly said people.
Watching flames.
Yeah. We don't really hear a lot about the cats because the cats are already dead.
Oh no.
Babies suck. We
You're
better
still
not.
so small. You'll soon be born. So this message is for you. There may come a day when you'll curse being born into this world. You'll wonder what you did to deserve this.
This reminds me of my
You'll
birth
probably
certificate.
have plenty of bitter words to tell me. But I don't think I'll be around by then to listen to your
I'll probably be at
complaints.
the pub.
I want you to know how truly sorry I am. I just want you to believe this. No matter what happens, all we wanted was for you to be happy.
And that's why we gave you all that heroin. So there was a random not cat story amongst the cat stories. We better not have missed any cat stories. We're playing this entire game again.
No, we're not. I'm paranoid about missing cat stories, but I don't think we will. Come on, meow. Meow, so I can make it then not meow. That looks like there's a package behind every one, but there
It
isn't.
really does.
Why are those objects lit up? Why are those specific objects not affected by the lighting?
Because game design. Cat. That's a different cat. Oh, okay. Last time I swear it wasn't like black and white, and now it is.
It isn't black and white, it's just lit badly.
Oh, okay.
Follow the cat!
Okay, has there been any...
Oh, you're back to saying that, are you?
So, like, have there been many mission objectives in this game that aren't either follow the cat or find the silver-haired girl?
I think there's been, like, Chase Crow.
Oh, yeah. It's true. And mourn the death of Robo-Kazooie.
That wasn't a mission.
Yes, it was. It's been my mission statement from the start.
Well, since you knew that she died.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to mourn her when she was alive. Idiot.
Just saying, that means it's not since the start. Map! What do you have to tell me? Got the right button!
Yes!
That's the dead end.
I have literally no idea.
That's massively helpful, thank you, game, very much, because we're actually, like, past there.
Right.
In fact, that's exactly where we are. It's...
The cat's that way, so go
Sorry.
the other way.
Cat planet, cat planet.
Robots. Mystery item. Single slot as well.
So it's definitely a thing, but is it a cat story, or is it...
The second sock of that baby.
We're just gonna carry on.
Yeah. We will find a save point somewhere along this route. Shut up, cat.
Dooba dooba dooba.
Shut up, cat. It's the same cat from before.
There he is.
How did he get here in the first place?
That's what I want to know. Actually, it does sort of make sense.
Sewer cats. They're a thing. They're like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they're cats.
And also not ninjas. Or
Well, they might be.
They're as ninja as any other cat.
Yeah. No,
Which is pretty ninja, but not really ninja.
Maybe they have secret hidden ninja powers and they're just not showing them to the likes of Stevie.
Good point. I mean, I certainly wouldn't.
No. So that's where Cat is at.
Hi, robots.
Another mystery item, yes. I really don't like their screams.
You're not supposed to.
They make me sad.
I think it's supposed to be creepy more than sad making,
They're kind of both.
though. Ration pack, that.
They make me sad because they're creepy. I hear fire. The one you await will not come. Mr. Moon will not be appearing in this Let's Play.
That's by design, though.
Yeah. I was just telling them that the one they await will not come.
To-do list. 1. Eat a whole cake by myself. 2. Share a meal with my family.
Not the cake.
3. Visit all the friends I can.
Not with cake.
4. Read all the books I've wanted to.
About cake.
5. Buy the clothes I always dreamed of.
Cake.
The size larger because you ate the cake.
6. Make up with that certain somebody.
The cake. Sorry for eating you. Silver Bell Chris.
The silver bell wasn't a particularly outstanding decoration.
Silver
but it did
bells.
most beautifully.
Silver
I
Bell.
always wondered what kind of home such a lovely bell had come from. It belonged to an old woman who lived alone without relatives in a large mansion I'd never seen before.
How did you find it then?
Hidden mansion.
And how did you know it was...
Secret mansion.
Madam, it's time for supper.
Secret mansion.
Secret mansion doesn't work as well. The rest of the lines of the song wouldn't work at all.
Secret mansion.
Thank you, dear.
Madam, the lilies in the garden have bloomed. I've put them in this vase.
I miss my cat.
What a lovely scent.
Like the cat I
It
miss.
started raining. Allow me to close the windows.
Yes. And draw the curtains, too.
The
Cats.
old woman was waited on hand and foot by her servants.
Seems kind of smothering.
She'd rely on their help as she sat idly in her chair, listening to her favorite music.
The soundtrack of Cats.
She'd even ask them to change out the records. But most of the servants seemed to genuinely adore their employer. But there was one thing the old woman would ask several times a day.
Could you wipe my butt?
Excuse me, but could you call Chris here for me?
Later that same day,
Oh, where is Chris?
and again even later,
Please find Chris for me.
though normally obedient. This one request was always met with
We
hesitation.
ate Chris.
Madam,
He was
Chris
delicious.
is already.
We put him in a giant cake.
The maids
It was
would
part of
start
this ledger we
cautiously.
found.
I
Oh
think it's a
yes,
she.
you're quite right.
Oh yeah, they're
the
all
old woman
female.
would say, cutting them off.
She's not with us anymore, is she? I'd nearly forgotten.
She'd murmur with a nod, but not a few hours later, she'd ask the same questions again. She had them stop her favorite record.
Cats in the cradle and a silver spoon.
Wherever could
Little
my
boy
darling
blue and the
Chris
man
be?
on the moon.
That, but in meows.
Yes.
One rainy night, the mansion was in an uproar.
Madam? Madam!
The servants dashed through the halls in a frenzy. Finally, one of the maids shouted in despair.
Chris!
Why can't I find her cane?
How will she be
She
able to beat
deemed to
people?
get out of the chair to go looking for the cat.
Though it wasn't too cold outside, the sheets of rain continued to pour relentlessly.
She might
Could have
drown.
gone outside. Could she?
A chill passed over the gathered servants before they set out. They put on their coats and called for help outside. I tore my eyes from them and made for the rain-drenched town. Amidst the downpour, I smelled the sweet fragrance of lily. In the back lane of a park, far from the mansion, I made out the figure of the old woman.
Still listening
She
to
was
her
surrounded
favorite
by a
record.
crowd who moved and gabbed around her.
Come on, lady, you'll catch your death out here. Maybe you should see the police.
Arrest this
People
woman for
are that
pneumonia.
nice.
The old woman's shoes and designer clothes were soaked through. A man tried taking her by the hand, but the old woman refused to budge, her face adamant.
I'm
Fed
going
up
to
with her
kill
antics,
myself if I don't get
The
a
man
cat.
finally left, leaving her behind.
They're
I
very nice,
cautiously
just not
stepped
that nice.
Just into her field of vision, and without saying a word, rang my
What it
silver bell.
is the Japanese thing of doing what they feel they're supposed to do, but as soon as they've fulfilled their responsibilities, just moving on.
I see.
It rang clear through the rain. The old woman raised her head sharply in surprise, her blurry eyes looking at me.
Chris?
The old lady rasped. I rang the bell again in a nod, and then turned around.
Chris, wait! Wait for me!
I'm bored.
Wait
Pain
for
clicked
me!
as she followed me. I may not be able to carry her all the way to the mansion, but it'd be enough to bring her to her servants. I stopped often to look over my shoulder, to make sure I didn't lose her. The sound of that beautiful bell was a beacon. At last, one of the servants noticed the old woman and shouted, "Madam!" As she ran towards her, the old woman bent down to scoop me up and held me, trembling. The servants
They're not
weren't
even
able
trying to
their
hide the fact that
surprise,
it's a cat, are they?
No.
seeing how much the late
They're like,
Chris
if you haven't
had
worked it
changed
out
upon
by
her
now.
return. Not one of them said that I wasn't Chris, because the old woman called me so. The maids nodded in obedience, just glad that their beloved employer had returned home
I don't
safe.
think it's much of a spoiler
I'm
that
Chris.
the very end
Chris with
acts
her
like it's a
silver
big
bell.
reveal that it's a cat.
I'm
Right,
the tiny,
okay.
adorable Chris, loved by her grandmother in this grand mansion.
Once again, she put on her favorite record. I want chicken, I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver. Your sighs of disapproval are all I need, Bodyhead. Yeah, you're right. They're going to make a big thing of the fact that she is a cat. Whoa, this wasn't the way. Go back.
Map,
from
do
where
you have any further information? Have you been nice today? No, in fact, you're not even showing me what I can see with my eyes. Wonderful.
Yeah, this is a dead end. Good.
Why did this way now?
Who knows? Maybe the game was just trying to be a dick.
The game doesn't try to be a dick, it does it by accident.
We got another mystery item that is a single thing.
We did. We leveled up.
Yeah. I didn't really notice your health increased that much.
It increases almost imperceptibly,
Right.
because it's like 10 HP and 5 points of attack per level up.
Right, okay. How much HP do you have? Roughly. Are we talking in the several hundreds, or in the...
I think, yeah, it's hundreds at this point. It didn't start out as hundreds. But we are on our second health bar now.
Yeah.
700 health
Okay.
and 198 attack. 148 from stats,
being alive,
plus
and 50
from
from golf club. Alright, onward to cats.
Hang on.
Huh?
I think the room was bare, but
Let's now double check.
before doing so involves re-invoking the enemies. Yeah, that's nothing.
Right, we found a mystery item, so let's go check that. Silver bell. Silver
is
bell.
so
Oh, brother.
soothing.
Bell. 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 Come on, Bell. Yes!
Pink Bell Maria Part
One.
1.
I've gained so much. Gentle hands and many, many new names.
Can you tell that it's the first part of a 2-part final thing?
Yeah.
Mondays, Henri. Tuesdays, Fleur. Wednesdays, Sylvia. Thursdays, Lot.
Lottie.
Fridays, Bisque. Saturdays, Chris. And for just one day, I'm no one else but myself. It was supposed to be revenge. Revenge for the deceased girls who had led a better life than I. With vengeance and blasphemy laid to rest, all that's left is me. A lie. Before I knew, I began wondering about the future. When? Tell me, when? When will I fall in love?
This is a kind of creepy way of framing
Once
this.
I find
Yeah.
someone who loves me, I'll finally be given a name. Not just someone else's substitute, but a name all my own. That's
So
what I
does she
decided.
just, like, leave
So
after
why?
she's met their owners then, I
Why
guess?
did I have to meet him?
She's given them all days, so presumably she spends that day of the week with that
Yeah.
person.
That's kind of dickish, like, because then they're just gonna be sad
He
again.
lived on a cliff face that looked down on the town. His features were considered striking, his posture regal. But those weren't the only things that made me stop in my tracks. I didn't really need a reason, because to him, it didn't matter what bell I put on. Nothing would change the fact that I was nothing. A bell with 2 stripes of light pink lay at his feet. It didn't belong to him. The bell, like his love, was waste on the street.
Right.
His features knew despair. You could see the hollowness of death in his eyes. No matter how much I stared or spoke, he never once looked back at me. I gingerly pick up the rosy pink bell. Its soft sound should be enough to reach his ears, stir his heart, and open his eyes. Then, in a husky voice, he will speak in a tone drowning with emotion. He will call out the name of his past love.
Maria?
Steve.
And I'll choke up with emotion and smile as I say, "That's right. I'm your Maria." And then
The thing about this series of stories is I'm learning a lot about dating in the feline world.
Please. Tell me your real name.
I giggle softly and answer again. I'm Maria. His brow will surely furrow as he snuggles close.
That's not your name. It can't be.
But that's the name of your beloved, right? I loved you. But the one that you loved was never me at all. You loved the real owner of this pink bell. Imagine it. A rival whom even death couldn't kill. The one woman he really loved. I hated her, cursed her, and stole her name and identity. And I do it no matter how miserable it makes me.
Oh, Maria. If we'd never met, then I'm sure I'd have rotted away right on the spot.
I am
Those are the
obsessive
only
about my
words that
cat.
can bring me salvation now. As long as you're happy, then I'll never need a silly name. A storm was brewing. The high winds that had been beating on the windows since morning gathered dark clouds and pelted the forest trees. I leapt from the safety of the old woman's blanket, raced through the town, and headed for the mountain cottage, my old hideout. I'd take a bell and think about the past each time I came here. I go by many names now. So whose ghost remains in this dreary mountain hut? A brilliant flash of light, coupled with thunder, filled the sky. Every hair on my body stood on end. There was a tearing sound of wood splitting. Chills ran down my spine. I quickened my pace without thinking. A tremor crept down my back. The scene that greeted me as I reached that hut was indescribable.
I am a
massive
cat.
cloud of smoke clogged my nose and burned my skin. The mountain was on fire, and the gusty winds helped spread the flames quickly. In my panic, I dove into the hut. The heat was as hot as stoked coals.
The heat
but
was
through
hot.
the burning and stench, I knew I had to salvage my bells. They had been proof that the girls had lived, and now they were the one place I felt at home. I gathered the 7 bells and made for my escape, but the hut entrance was already
Is it me or
engulfed in
does she
flames.
sound really crazy?
Yes.
I
Even
left
for a
through
cat?
broken window,
Yeah, I'm not sure
feeling as though I
how
was
sanity
being
works in
burned
cats,
alive.
but it's not like
There was
this.
a destruction all about me. Just outside the window was the cliff face. I jumped down from my perch, prepared to take the dive. Through it all, I kept the 7 bells tightly held in my mouth.
Cat.
Cat,
Cat planet, cat planet.
cat, cat. Cat.
Those things take so long.
They do. In fact, this is probably a good time to wrap it. See you later, guys. That was some cats. some cat